Welcome back to Master Your Ash. I'm here with Sebastien Decoppet and Cavalier Cigars. What's going on, brother man? How you doing?
Brother. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Better pronunciation of my name than I do myself.
That's
pretty good.
You know, I smoke enough of the cigars now that I try to get it out every time so that it gets better and better for you so that when we're in person.
I like it. Even I bastardized my name now. I try to just forget about my last name and just Sebastien. It's funny. It's just gonna get habits.
I think that I had a cigar that had like it had Greek, French, and like Turkish or something elements to it. Something was going on. It might have been Ozgener with Bosphorus or something.
Oh, yeah.
There was something going on where I was sitting there and like midway through the review, I'm like, man, I know that I'm chopping this word up. I apologize. Like there's just so many languages going on in my head right now. I just can't keep up. But
that's
dude,
pretty funky. That's a funky one.
It's funny. But dude, like, you know, out of control is out of control.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it looks as though
boxes at least, yeah.
it looks as though it was a good day or a good week so far.
Yeah, perfect. Well, day 2 TPE, right? So it already hurt, so that's a good news.
Right.
Means that we're on the right track. And I'm really sorry I can't really show you much about what is in the boxes except wood right now. But there is one.
I got one in my hand. I have the Connecticut in my hand. We're good to go.
So yeah, it's out of control. Tres Delincuentes. It actually came from. We had a moment a while back in Honduras, going back from the farms in Hamastran in Honduras to the factory in Danlin. And Brian, Aileen, and I were in the car with Brian's phone,
right,
playing the music, which is hazardous. You never know what's going to happen. But at that moment, Cypress Hill Delinquent Habits went on. Tres Delincuentes. We just looked at each other like, yeah, there's something there. We just went, all the three at the same time. Like, that's it. We need to do something about it.
Right.
So we wanted to have something more graphic. It's a new brand under the portfolio again, the same way the Inner Circle was. So no gold diamond. It's part of the Cavalier. It's almost a Cavalier marking on it. But the whole concept was being able to, first of all, it all goes around three wrappers: Connecticut, Habano, Maduro, 3 sizes in every one of them: Robusto, Toro, and Gordo. Gordo being a 6 1/4 by 60. The thought was, everybody knows it's gold diamond, the same thing. That's the heart of what we do, right? The Inner Circle had a meaning. It was a look back and a kind of way to remember for us the ways we had gone in between, right?
Right.
Through the years, and then Tres Delincuentes is more the personal approach of things, more artsy, or more in your face, and the whole idea was to bring value for the price, real value for the price.
Right.
So we did everything we could. We actually been able to propose those cigars at MSRPs like Robusto at $6.95 and retail.
Right.
So which is long filler, premium, handmade.
Wild.
We process most of the tobaccos ourselves, and it's really something. I mean, you want to have a flavor bomb at the right price. You're not having this, you're missing out. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and I mean, like even in a 6 1/4 by 60, I mean, just jumping into it right now, it's a really flavorful Connecticut.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's always milder, right? The Connecticut's going to be pretty creamy, pretty mild, but flavorful. Toro Robusto are going to deliver usually a lot more, right? More intensity, but it works to have. Habano is interesting because it's I would say milder side of Habano. It's very approachable, and whether you smoke, every day, whether you smoke from time to time, it's something that you're going to be able to enjoy without too much thought around it. Now, if you want something rich, I think the Maduro is a beautiful example of actually a really rich and flavorful cigar, very chocolatey, very something really, really, really nice. Again, in that price range.
Awesome.
So I hope everybody tries it. I think it's really worth it. It's something we're really proud of, really happy. And so that's a new baby.
Awesome, man. The packaging looks great. I love the insert and the fact that you can kind of, take it, pop it out. Super cool. Very fun.
It's simple, but playful, right?
Yeah. And then I smoked the new USA yesterday.
So the USA exclusive used to be a black box, big black band, black and gold band. The reality is we needed a refresh on that and really have it stand on its own in the portfolio. We wanted something a little more premium, high quality visually. So we have a nice thick wooden box, bi-color, 2 colors, gray and natural wood. And then we also rework the bands completely. Have something a lot more classic, a little more detailed. It's a nice mix of colors. We kept the 3 sizes, Robusto, Toro, and Double Corona, which this is Double Corona, obviously. Right. And then we added Petite Robusto, 4x50 for a nice, quick little cigar in between. Cool. So it's a nice looking, tiny box like this. It's really cool. And it now integrates into the future projects that we're working on, which is a series of a couple of regional exclusive for international countries, Korea, Norway, Switzerland, a couple of countries that are going to have their own.
Right.
So we needed an identity for it, and here you go. So that's the result.
Very cool.
Reblend too, just as information. So it's not just a new packaging, fresh packaging. We'll find the same wrapper, but the rest is basically all new. And being the U.S. exclusive, we wiped the board clean, and we started, and we do use U.S. tobaccos in there, including broadleaf, Pennsylvania broadleaf. So I think that's something that we're pretty proud of, and I think is much more adequate than what it was.
Right. When you do an international series for Norway, is there going to be some Norwegian tobacco that you're going to find somewhere?
No, I mean the U.S. side worked perfectly,
right?
Because of the historical link with growing tobacco, the culture of tobacco here. Sadly, it's not going to be an upset with a lot of other countries, but sure. We're going to work on several special sizes. Switzerland, for example, is going to be a 109, like old school Cuban size, something you can't barely find anymore.
Very cool.
Nice, similar layout with 10 count boxes. It's going to be a very interesting cigar. So we'll really do some interesting different projects for every continent.
And not just those new additions coming into the fold too, but in collaboration with friends, and we were talking about this yesterday, just you and I separately, but bringing others along with you throughout the journey, right? Yeah. And Vlad has the Somm.
Yeah.
We just got done shooting an interview with Vlad earlier today, where we showcased that. That's coming out of your factory, right? Yeah. At least one of them. And then there's also Jeremy with Wildfire. Yeah. He has a new line extension that's coming out that you help collaborate on. Yeah. And I mean, like, those are all friends.
The family, right? Cigar industry family, 30 years, and just build those relationships. And we all go through, as we were discussing yesterday actually, we all go through some growing pains along the way, right? And so when you get a chance, when you've been through them and you get a chance to actually offer a solution, when you care for the people, I think it works. And we're proud to do those cigars for them too, and very happy to.
Well, I think that, the brand speaks for itself, right? Like, you put out great product, man, and you're a great advocate to the industry, bringing everybody along with you, man. So it's just a pleasure to call you a friend and to share the moment with you, man.
Likewise.
Thanks for taking a couple of minutes, brother. Absolutely. So you guys heard it here first. Cavalier, like I said last time, they got some cool shit. Check it out. Welcome back to Master Your Ash. I'm here with Kendrick from Apostate Cigars. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you?
So good, man. So good. Thank you for sparing a couple of minutes. I know that it's a busy day. Day 2.
Yeah, but everybody's a little hungover.
A little bit. It was a moderately late night last night. So for me, at least, I don't know about for you, but
pretty late.
These were actually all sent to me by a subscriber of the channel.
Oh, awesome.
So somebody reached out to me and they were like, "Dude, you have to check out Apostate. Really cool stuff." And that's how I initially got sent out. Basically, one of, I believe, these 3. That's where I'm coming from. Tell the the subscribers and everything a little bit about the brand, kind of how you came into the biz, and like what to look out for with it.
Sure. So we're called Apostate Cigars out of Salt Lake City. Me and my partner Brandon are a couple of ex-Mormon boys, and smoking was frowned upon. So we kind of adopted that rebel mentality and called ourselves Apostate.
Nice.
And because of that, all of our cigars and the branding is centered around something to do with the Mormon mythology or whatever you want to call it. Our first cigar is called the Initiatory, which is a reference to the Mormon temple ceremony. The cigar itself features an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrap relief with a nice San Andreas binder and different Dominican fillers.
Awesome.
So just a really nice, clean smoking Habano. It's really great. This one is called the Deseret, which is named after a Deseret in the Book of Mormon means honeybee.
Mhm.
And so the cigar, it's got the stinger on the end and the stripes to be like a bee, but the cigar itself has a San Andreas wrapper on it, Dominican binder and filler from Jalapa, Nicaragua, and the Dominican Republic. It's got a nice, rich, creamy, chocolatey kind of a profile, like, and I almost get like a toasted marshmallow note on it too.
Yeah.
Really nice. This one is called the Liahona, which means compass. And so the cigar is like a long, skinny torpedo, kind of like a needle of a compass. And it features an Ecuadorian Connecticut shade rum wrapper with, we also use the San Andreas binder on that, which gives it kind of an extra dimension and layer that people don't normally experience when they smoke a Connecticut.
Nice.
So that's really nice. And then our fourth blend is called the Feathered Serpent, and we ran out of samples for the day there, but that's probably the most unique cigar because the wrapper itself was grown, especially for our project, from a Corojo seed in the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
It's got a really dark green kind of color to it, which is different than the lighter, bright green candelas that you see out there.
Yeah.
It's also a little thicker and broader, a little bit sweeter, a little bit less grassy.
On the actual page, now that I look back, or now that I think back, it was my appreciation for Candela initially that got the person that sent out the cigars. They're, them thinking, hey, you might want to try this. So would you say that it's kind of like a good segue from Candela into something a little bit more?
So like for someone that likes smoking Candela alone, you mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But what we were trying to do is do the reverse of that. Turn people onto Candela that don't normally smoke a Candela. Candela is usually a pretty divisive wrapper. You either love it or you hate it. We wanted to see if we could make something that someone who doesn't normally enjoy Candela would enjoy.
Nice.
But it still has that distinct, bright, kind of grassy Candela finish that you expect. But it's kind of balanced out with some more mellow, broad undertones, if that makes sense.
Awesome. So, final question. Being that it is a show that focuses a lot on pairing spirits, alcohol, and basically anything really. I mean, it could be coffee, it could be non-alc stuff as well.
Yeah.
What is your go-to drink when you're having a cigar most of the time?
If I'm really looking to have a really functional pairing with the spirits, where the two are kind of dancing together.
Yeah.
I found that rum is my favorite cigar pairing, particularly for our cigars. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that we're always being served rum when we're down there blending, but
right, could be.
I found some really great rums that pair really well with all of our different cigars, and it's fun kind of exploring that world a little bit deeper,
It's the rum world can be the wild West in certain areas, so it's very interesting. And then it could also be very restrictive in other areas like Martinique and France. So it's definitely vast and wide open. So there's a plethora of different flavors, the Clarins that are out there, and some of the funky Jamaican rums and Haitian rums. It's super cool as far as a category for spirits for me personally, I think, to talk about. Last question. I only bring this up because of Apostate.
Yeah.
Do you drink coffee?
I do, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. My man. Well, thank you for squaring away a couple of minutes. I think that you have a really great brand here with some awesome stuff on the horizon, and I look forward to trying out the whole entire line, featuring it on the channel. So
thanks.
That's awesome.
I think if you look really, really hard, you can see Matt Booth just right there. I'm gonna go over there and bug the shit out of him. Let's go. Yo. What's up, player? Not a whole lot. I was just finishing up my interview with Stefan, and I was like, you know what? You can see Matt Booth behind me.
I've never been more ready in my life.
I think that we're ready.
I've never been more prepared.
Welcome back.
On fire right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's the thing.
But you know what? Fuck it. We're good. All right. So, now, welcome back to Master Your Ash. I'm your host, Michael
This
Frisman.
is Master Your Ash. Hi, I'm Matt Booth. Very nice to see you today.
Let him
Thanks
do the
for
intro.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Great to be here. Great to have been.
Yeah, great to be here.
The place, the thing.
So what's going on, Boop? How you doing?
Right here. I'm good, man. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm a lot better now that I'm talking to you, man. This is always my favorite part.
Is it though?
It is.
Don't lie to me.
It is.
Don't say sweet nothings to me.
I only
it's misleading.
whisper sweet nothings.
Okay.
Into the earlobes.
Okay.
That's it. The lobes specifically. So, I mean, we have some friends
Yeah.
alongside of us, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to talk about? Anything new on the horizon that people need to keep out on the lookout for here? We obviously have some fun colors.
So, out of our premium core, Farce, the Nicaraguan blend, Hot Fire, and Payback Nicaragua, both manufactured proudly in partnership with our friends at Hoyt, Nicaragua. Those guys are in market now.
Okay.
You have Doroma, which is coming as a limited edition this spring.
Ooh.
It's very pretty. Look at this. Very nice.
There's a lot of gold. I like
Yeah,
gold.
I like gold too. It's
Yeah.
fancy. As we talked about earlier,
Yes.
you know.
You
it's
get
very
more fancy.
I do. It starts to bleed through. It's impossible to hold back forever. So this is the reflection of Q1 limited edition, Room 101. But the important thing to understand for you is Doroma was a limited annual release brand in 2012. And this is the revitalization of that mark.
You remember when we were getting ready to do the interview over at our friend Livio's house, and I
Yes.
brought out the Daruma from my original
Had
box.
the Doroma. That's right. This is now new Doroma.
So 10 years later,
Yeah,
I'll get to smoke one side by side.
there you go.
And that's going to be the plan for that review, just so that you all know.
You might be highly disappointed.
That's okay.
Okay.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Set it low. He's gonna like it. You see what I'm moderately disappointed.
Right. I'm never
with you?
disappointed, man. You know what? We're out here. We're capturing content. I've had a lot of really great conversations from day one to day two now, where we're at right now. I always like to save our talks for day two. I feel
Okay.
as though it's like a build-up. You know, I get a certain amount of nicotine in me day one, and then day two, I'm ready for you. Ready for our
You like-
conversation.
You saying you like edge out our conversation?
A little bit, yeah. I build up to it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
honored.
No, you should be.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
No, but I mean, like the show's been great. I think that day two had a lot of great traction for everybody early, and now it's kind of chilled out, which is why I said, you know what, let's come over here. Let's
You
talk.
have the opportunity to have a conversation.
Yeah, have a real conversation.
Yeah.
You remember the question that I asked you at PCA last year when we were next to the stripper pole?
Which one?
There was a question that came up where I asked you about would you fight 100 of something or one large size one thing. So I have a new question this year.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, I don't like these questions. There's one of my Scarlet Hog from Luxury Cigar Club. He's like, is cereal soup? I'm like, shut the. I can't even deal with you right now. I'm not gonna fuck that. No. No.
I always find
I
a way to
refuse.
get. I always find a way to get in there.
I refuse.
This
No.
is what I. This is. I told you I build up to this moment. This is why I build up to.
It's a treacherous. I don't like that. I don't like what you're doing with that. Did you ask other people that?
No, you're the only one.
I don't like.
You're the
At
only-
least it was unique for me.
Yes, 100%.
So thank you.
100%. Like I said, I got to build up to it. Well, I think that Daruma is. That was like one of my early onboards into the brand, personally for me.
Okay.
So I'm super excited about it. When you showed me yesterday, I was very excited.
Nice.
So I'm glad that that's on its way out. I think that everything that's come out recently has. I mean, I can't find a 13-year anniversary anywhere.
They are sold out.
So that's great.
If you can find it in market, I mean, I'm sure they're still trailing around in some of the shops, but from our side, they're long gone.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's fantastic. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You know how it goes. You put pink on something.
Put pink on something, it's irresistible. It's crazy.
I'm sure that it's a great cigar too.
Just gonna make everything pink. I mean, these do okay.
No,
They do okay.
They do okay.
Yeah.
Can always
You
be
don't wanna
better.
overdo it.
What Vitola size is the donut going to be available at?
Whatever you want.
Perfect.
It's your world.
Excellent.
Look at how delicious that is.
Shout out to Pink Box here local. Yeah, coming through with the donuts. Well, I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for stopping on and
My pleasure, man.
sharing everything. Is there anything else that you want to say
Thanks
to the
for
audience
taking
out
the
there?
time. Support Room 101 brands and support the American Dream in action.
Love it,
That's
brother. My man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Brush your hair.